Hi guys, welcome to this little free tutorial. It's it's actually due to a request I got from the Music Production Videos Facebook group, I believe. Someone wanted to know about progressive, how to kind of put the beats together, the little stabs and whatnot. So I decided to put this together rather quickly. I haven't bothered with any EQ, there's no compression, there's just a quick volume mix, and the sounds have been pretty much picked arbitrarily, i.e. I haven't made the sounds, it's just been presets that I found. I just played them in, that was good, and it's really basic. It's just really to show you some of the principles used in making progressive trance, primarily on the side of progressive Psy, but you can call it whatever you like. So I'll let you hear it first, and then I'll show you what I've done in each section. So as you can see, it's very basic. There's no sound effects, there's no real any breaks. I've kind of put a little one there just to introduce this. But it's very basic, but it should give you some of the basic principles if you're looking to produce this type of music. So let's start. First thing I done was make a drum loop. A basic drum loop, and I've used Reaktor. So when I say basic, it's the most basic of the basics. It's your classic 4/4 rhythm. And by the way, the tempo, we've got the tempo set to 135. And I haven't used any groove quantizers or anything like that, which you could add to give it more funk. But again, it's just basic stuff here. So what I've done is I've got my kick drum, snare, open hi-hat. It's not even a closed hi-hat yet. And we've created all of this in Kontakt. And if you don't know how to use Kontakt, how to set up a drum machine in Kontakt, go to my website. Shows you how to do all of this. Basically, we've got our kick drum here, our snare, our hi-hat, and a cymbal that comes in once or twice, I think. So that's all I've done. I've just created that basic drum loop. I haven't even touched any of the velocities or anything to give it more human feel. That's all I've done. The next thing I've done was create a basic, what I call progressive bass line, which is offbeat. So if we look at it in terms at the same time with the drums, you can see that's the bass line. So that's the kick, that's the offbeat there. So it gives you that threw in a little extra kick there. Of course, we've got the snare on the 5th beat, or the downbeat, every second bar, or every second beat, or beat 2 and 4. Okay, the next thing I done was add a question. This is a question and answer, so it's just a little synth stab, which is asking a question, and here it is here. Just 3 simple notes, that's all it is. So that's the question, and here I've put the answer. So again, there's the 3 simple notes for the question, and there's the answer. So, oops. Now you'll hear the bass going up there also. If you look, I've put the bass up 3 semitones to be the same as the final note in that answer. And if you listen. So as you can see, for these questions and answers, I've been using Omnisphere, and I've just gone for stabby kind of sounds. They don't have to be stabby, you can just draw really short notes. But as you can hear, they're really... See, that's a long note, but I've just gone just 3. And then the same with this one. But again, that's all I've done. And you'll notice that the notes of the question and answer are kind of off the beat. Well, sort of off the beat, of course. Well, these ones are on the kick, but there's an off the beat there. That one's off the beat, that one's off the beat, and that one's off the beat. So if you look at it that way, really the answer's off the beat, whereas the question's kind of on the beat because it's on the kick, and off the beat there, but the answer's totally off the beat. Okay, simple. Okay, the next thing I done was I've added an offbeat stab. Now we're going to find that in that mess, are we? Where is it? Around here somewhere. It should be on one of these. Right, let me just show you where it is here. See, it's what I've done is, if I just open that one up and the bass up, it's actually under. So it's on the 4th offbeat note of the bass. That's where it is. So that gives us, I'll just highlight them all. So it gives us a kind of, attenuates, or not attenuates, accentuates the last bass note. There you go. But what we're trying to do here with these kind of stabs is slowly but surely building up a pattern. So as you can see here, just with the stabs, I'm trying to make not a melody as such, but not far off it. Yeah, I guess it's a melody, but not a really melodic one. So it is a melody, but it's not like the melody down here, if you like. Okay, and then here, what I've done is added another stab, which is a bit more melodic, to kind of complete the kind of rhythmic, stabby type pattern that we're creating here. So if you have a listen, and what I've also done, I've changed the notes somewhat because we've got a break here. No, sorry, we've got a break coming up. But just when I added this new bit in, I thought that it would be interesting. Instead of having, see if you look, see the note, the difference between these two. This one here starts on beat 2, or beat 3, sorry, of the second bar, whereas this one actually starts bang on the downbeat. So I've changed the rhythmic feel, really. So we listen. There we go. So as you see, it's more rhythmic now. It's almost melodic, it's almost like a melody. This is something that really, I've been kind of lucky because I've just kind of chosen these sounds at random, but they all seem to fit, and it's something you need to pay particular attention to. If your sounds don't go with each other, then it will just sound horrible and it won't work. So what have we got? We've got this little, and this is really the driving force behind progressive, is using these kind of stabby sounds with that deep bass, the deep kick. Okay, and as you can see, I've got a little, in the drums here, I've done like a little kind of snare and drum roll, kick roll, and then cut everything out, because what I'm doing is introducing a melody here. Now, maybe you wouldn't do this at this part, I just wanted to show you this, but if you have a look, what I've done is created a chord progression with both the bass line and the melody. You can't see the melody because it's exactly the same notes and it's underneath that. Basically what I've done, actually, to tell you the truth, is just copied the bass line. So what we've got is this. And what I've done, I've taken away the one, I've put the this melody, I've changed the melody back to the original. I've changed the stabs, the rhythmic stab pattern, back to the original, because I don't need it to be starting on the first beat anymore, because I've got this melody in. So I've replaced it with that. But I'll probably bring this pattern in later on in the track at some other undefined section. So this is what we've got so far. And then what I've done here is I've just got some notes, but these notes are in conjunction, or they follow the bass pattern and the melody pattern. Now there's two things I've done here. I've got it basically running on its own, but in Omnisphere, it's number 6 I believe, I put it through an arpeggiator so you get it. Now that type of sound, you'll hear that in progressive all the time. This kind of woodblock type sound, or even a xylophone, I guess. Not a xylophone, the other one, the wooden one, I can't remember. These kind of deep, earthy, woody tones. In fact, funny enough, if you just look at it, it's called a redwood message blip. So redwood as in tree, I suppose. But these really kind of deep, earthy tones are used a lot in progressive because, well, I guess they're just deep and funky. So again, it's just an arpeggiator following the bass and the melody. But everything's still gelling together. Another thing you can do if you want, if I just solo these two, you could sidechain the pad to the high-pitched sound if you like. So basically what you do is in Cubase, you'll have to look at your own DAW for this, how you can set up sidechaining. I'm sure pretty much everybody knows how to sidechain in their DAW now. It's just an endless amount of videos out there regarding it. So what you do in Cubase is you just add the compressor, put on the sidechain, and then go to, so we want to sidechain the pad using the high-pitched melody. So we just put in the sends, we select the sidechain on the high-pitched melody, bring it up, and then we have, so that's it sidechaining now. So you just mess around with your threshold, your ratio, and your release settings to get the sidechain however you like it. But it's up to you. It's up to you. At the moment, I'll probably add the sidechain later, but at the moment, I prefer it just playing the arpeggiator. And when I use the sidechain as well, I would take the arpeggiator off and use it that way. So. Okay, here I've added a drum loop. That's from Stylus, I believe. But what I've done is, that's what the drum loop sounded like originally. I've added Oxford Dynamics native plugin. I've put the gate on, and I've messed around with the threshold and the range just to make it fit, really, with the drums. And that sounds okay to me. I've just given it a quick volume mix, and it seems to work. So that's it, really. I know it's a quick video and there's a lot in it, but it really is. It's progressive, remember, and you can see just by looking at it, slowly but surely progresses and gets more and more. Obviously, you're going to have a big break at some point and whatever, but I'm not really getting into that. I just wanted to show you the kind of basic fundamentals of the kind of things that you find in progressive. There doesn't have to be hundreds of drums in progressive. That's almost enough, especially when you've got sounds like this. The bass line is so easy. Then the hardest part, in my opinion, melody's easy. Oh, like that's a background melody. You probably make with progressive. That is the reason I call that a background melody, is because the main melody will kind of be like these. It'll maybe only be 2 or 3 notes, in the space of maybe 8 bars, say, or 4 bars. Instead of it being, like for instance, this is 8 bars, so it might only be 3 notes there. None here, maybe 2 there, none here, maybe 1 there, and then maybe 2 here, 2 there, maybe 2 there, and maybe 3 there, something like that. I don't know, it's just really up to you, but the melodies aren't as full on, as many notes as you'd find in trance and full on and stuff like that. So let's have a listen to see what that sounds like. Okay, yeah, obviously you'd need to spend more time on that than I did, but you get my drift. Okay, anyway, I hope that helped you out somehow, in some way. Just chill out, take it easy. It's progressive, you should be chilled, relaxed, and just go with the flow. And really, once you've got this amount of stuff done, you can use the old arrangement trick of just really having this like this, and then just up until you've got however many minutes you want your track to be. So what's that? That's 7 minutes there, right? So let's undo a couple. Say you're looking for a 6-minute track-ish. Right, so there's a 6-minute 10 track, and then you could just mute stuff. So yeah, you want your drum loop to play with your, say you want it with your gated pad. And that. You know what I mean? Whatever, just do whatever you like, you know? Just go with the flow. See, and you just build your track up like that. It's up to you. It's up to you how you work. Sometimes I do it like that, sometimes I don't. Just depends how I feel, really. Anyway, I hope that helps you out. I hope you enjoyed. Any questions, either get me on the music production videos Facebook group, or send me an email at soundmagus@gmail.com, and I'll try my best to assist you. Okay, thanks for watching.